It's an interesting take, isn't it, with Prince Harry and his battles over here, not just for security, of course, but for recognition for his wife, the cable TV actress Meghan Markle, and, of course, himself taking on board a plethora of court cases, particularly coming up in the new year. And when you also consider it, he's often spoke out very highly with huge disrespect against the British media, despite the fact that the British media have, in fact, been more than kind on many of his projects, including things like The Heart of Invictus, whereas in America it was slated by critics. In America, for instance, his book Spare got less than favourable book reviews, while in England, a little bit more tongue-in-cheek and a little bit more, shall we say, rise rather than just outright negativity. But you see, as ever, with Prince Harry, you can only see one possible problem. It's always the British media. So why hasn't he now taken on the American media, who seemingly, after all thanks to things like South Park, Family Guy, and being crowned the biggest losers in Hollywood by the Hollywood Bible, the Hollywood Reporter, is he now coming for America next? As ever, let me explain. Good morning, Neil Sean here. Nice to see you as we edge towards another year. Yes, remember, what's another year? Johnny Logan. Big song that, you know, in the Eurovision. Who remembers that? You're showing your age. What's Another Year, of course, was a terrific song for the Eurovision Song Contest. Cheer yourself up. Check it out on YouTube. Beautifully sung, beautifully performed. Always sticks in your head when you think about New Year's. Hope you've had a lovely New Year. If you're watching this with a thumping head, well, yes. You know I'm not going to tell you off. It's your prerogative, isn't it? But I know what it's like, you see. Yes, you've had one too many. You're blaming it on the sherry and the trifle, aren't you? I can see that, yes. You had one for medicinal purposes. Those stories are just great, aren't they? Whichever way you look at it, of course, if you did have a bit of a thumping new year, all the very best. And let's wish each and all of our wonderful chums here on this community the very best for 2024. We'll have a wave. You all right? Yes, let's wish each other a very happy new year for 2024. Could it be a better new year, though, for the former Royals, the Sussexes? 2023 was pretty grim, wasn't it? Let's be honest. While Harry had a hollowed victory against the media over here regarding his phone hacking, all of that sort of stuff, it hasn't gone particularly well. One disaster, some might say, after another. A bright spot, some people might point out, was the fact that Meghan Markle managed to sign, finally, with a reputable talent agency, William Morris. Now, this has caused a bit of a problem within the Sussex camp, let me tell you, because you see, Prince Harry is very, very hot-headed, litigious. We've seen that on a number of occasions now, always ready to get legal with people that he believes have crossed him, particularly over here in the British media. Despite them writing nice, positive things, it's never enough. It's always the British media's fault. So why hasn't Prince Harry ever taken back, say, to task the likes of the New York Post, for instance, or the Net? Do you remember that one, who basically revealed exactly how Meghan was going to be, well, returning to social media? And then, of course, there was the fracas with the writer, and she suddenly left. One thing after another. You can't just blame the British media. Well, according to that very well-placed source, it's simply this. Harry realises that if he goes to town with the American media, particularly big companies that make things like the National Enquirer, the Globe, then it will be even more ferocious. Over here, he knows and accepts exactly how it operates, not to the way that he said in Spare. He knows that's a tissue of lies too. But the bottom line is, he feels, and more importantly, Meghan's agency feel, that if he takes on the American media, there's simply nothing left. Already things like Saturday Night Live, Family Guy, and of course South Park have derided them beyond all ends. So he believes, or has been told that by the agency, that if you take that on board, you're literally finished. And that truly is the reason why Prince Harry only takes on the people that he feels he knows something of, which is in fact the British media. So if you're the American media, seemingly you can get away with whatever you want to say, do, or act. And Harry or Meghan simply won't come for you. Nice to know, isn't it? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.